Hi there. The question is, should I or should I not open up a secure credit card? The answer is maybe. Hi there. My name is Alberto from AlbertoCleansCredit.com. I always like to disclose I am a non-attorney spokesman. Let's find out the pros and cons of opening up a secure credit card or actually a secure loan. But first of all, if you're trying to fix your credit on your own, or if you're thinking of hiring somebody to fix it for you, or if you would like information on how to build or rebuild your credit, or how to deal with those crazy debt collectors, maybe you want to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and we would love to send you information regarding those type of topics, okay? But let's start with the pros. So why should I open a secure credit card using my own money, or even a secure personal loan to establish my credit? And yes, that's one of the reasons why you might want to do it, to start establishing your credit. So that is one of the pros. And I know that it could be a little difficult for someone to say, you know what, Alberto, my credit is so shot. It's so shot. I really need a credit card, not just for my credit, but I need a credit card. I want to rent a vehicle. I just want a credit card. I want to get back to normality. And I can understand what that individual is coming from. But I also want you to understand that there's time that an individual, if your credit is so bad, and you're applying for a secure credit card, yes, it's your own money, but time, it could be times you got some banks like Citibank, sometimes, I had a consumer one time. He filled out his application. He put his money order for $200. He was so happy he was going to get his credit card for $200. And he mails it out, and he gets a few weeks later, he gets the envelope from Citibank, and he's so excited. Oh, boy. But he feels it like, wait a minute, there is no credit card in here. What's going on? He opens up and it's a denial. He's like, what? Yes, they denied him. Even if he uses his own money. I've had people that wanted to use $1,000, $2,000 of their own money, and the bank says, no, we're not going to give you a secure credit card. And that's one of the cons. One of the reasons is because you become a liability to them because of your credit. So again, the pros, if you can get a secure credit card, and there are a lot of banks out there that will let you do that. Yes, the pros of getting a secure credit card, it can help your credit. Absolutely. Now, another reason to getting a secure credit card, it can immediately, if you don't have any other credit, if you don't have any open credit card, it can immediately raise up your credit scores. So that's another, that is great. That's good to have. Another thing about using a bank account, like for instance, when I was 19, 20 years old, I used to work in the bank, and I remember one of the ways that I started to establish my credit was I had a savings account, and I would take $500, and I would take $500 and open up a personal loan on that $500, and I pay it back, and that would be an installment loan. So the mixed credit, not only the secure credit card, which is a revolving type of account, is good, but also when you take a personal loan, now it becomes an installment loan, and that also is a positive for your credit, especially if you don't have any auto loans, if you don't have a mortgage, no other personal loans. So that is a very good way to mix up your credit file. So yes, a secure credit card and a secure loan, it is great to have because it can help you with your credit. It can help your credit scores, your mix file. There's a lot of good things about it. However, for me, there are more cons than there are good. So let's go over the cons on why having a secure credit card is not good for you. First of all, as I was saying, there's some banks that they might not even want you. If your credit is so bad, they say, we don't want to deal with you. Now, the question is why? Why is it that they don't want your money? Well, it's almost the same way as somebody's applying for a job and they go, but why do they want to run my credit? Well, one of the reasons is you can be a liability. You can be too much of you can be too much of a hassle if they hired you. For instance, if your credit is so bad, they might think that you might have judgments out there. So if you have judgments out there, the last thing that they want is a letter from a marshal or from an attorney's office especially if you're applying for a job. That now instead of you being productive, now you're not productive because now they need to use somebody in payroll to start deducting your income because it's being garnished. So what happened is money that you are basically putting aside for a secure credit card or a secure loan, that money is considered an asset. So if you owe money out there like a judgment, and if they know about that, now the bank can receive a letter from a marshal, from an attorney's office and say, hey, this money is now ours. And now all of a sudden, now, if you as a consumer, you have a $300 credit card, and let's say you maxed it out because you wanted to, and again, maxing out secure credit card is not good, especially 200 or 300, because instead of helping you, that is now your credit scores are going down. That's another reason why it's not good to have a secure credit card with a low balance. But what happens is, if they freeze your bank account, if they freeze that account, that $300 account, now you're saying, wait a minute, I paid $100 and they're telling me I can't use it? No, because there's a court order that they froze your assets. So a consumer is going to say, wait a minute, I owe $200, I can't use my card. I'm not even going to pay it. And yes, you can do that if you want. But now instead of helping your credit, you opened up a secure credit card to help your credit. Now you're going to have another collection account. So that is not good. So you have to be careful that if you owe money out there and you have some existing judgments, be careful. Be careful with having money in your bank account because they can try to freeze your money. And especially, and if you have a credit card for $200, $300, $1,000, they can freeze those assets. So that is a problem with a secure credit card. The other problem, I was just saying, people sometimes have a secure credit card, they have it for $200. Okay, I have a $200 credit card. But the moment you spend $20, $30, your credit scores can start to drop. And the reason is because of your utilization. So if you have a $200 credit card and you spend the whole $200, your credit scores can actually hurt you instead of helping you. So that it's definitely not good because it's going to kill your credit scores. The other thing is, what I don't like about secure credit cards with low limits, 200, 300, is because once your credit starts to get better, if you hire us for us to get your credit back on track, and again, I have good programs that can get you back on track as soon as possible. But if you get a secure credit card, just to get your credit scores up right away, because yes, that is a way to get your credit scores up right away. It's getting a secure credit card. But if you start to use that credit card and you max it out, because it's only $200. You go to the supermarket, you spend $100. If you keep that balance, your credit scores are going to drop. Then it's going to hurt your credit instead of actually helping it. So the pros to a credit card or a secure loan, yes, it can help your credit. Yes, it can boost your credit scores. Yes, you can have it can show a mixed file of your credit. Yes, but the cons to it is that if your balances, especially on the credit card, not so much the loan, if you take out a loan, it's $500 as you're paying it down, and that would basically helps your credit. Except if the loan is so small, the moment you close out that loan, then your credit scores can drop. Because remember, you're opening up an account, so your credit scores can go up. So the moment you pay it, now all of a sudden your scores can go down. That time people go, I pay my car loan. I'm going to pay my car loan. This is great. Yes, great news. You don't owe any money. The bad news is that the creditors look at it as there's nothing to rate. So your scores will actually dip. So pros and cons going back to a secure credit card. Should I open up a secure credit card? Should I? Oh, I should not. If you don't need to open up a secure credit card right away, if you're letting us, a company like us, work on your credit, we have other ways that we really suggest that we can that we will recommend so we can raise up your credit scores. One of the ways is you can use authorized user accounts, dealing with companies that would actually help you raise up your credit scores. But if you have any questions regarding this video, or like any other videos regarding credit repair, you can email me at alberto@albertocleanscredit.com. Thank you so much for your precious time, and I hope this has been informative. Thank you, and God bless. Bye-bye.